These are all the Sonic the Hedgehog movies from Sonic 1 to Sonic 10. The Sonic 1 movie tells how Sonic arrived on planet Earth when he was just a baby. From the moment he was born, Sonic showed a potential never seen before on his home planet Mobius. So he was called the Hedgehog of Prophecy, the one who would use the Master Emerald to reach the state known as Super. That's why the Echidna tribe, also from Mobius, attacked him to wipe him out. His adoptive mother, Longclaw, sacrificed her life to send Sonic to Earth, where he would start a new life away from danger, or so she thought. On Earth, he found an even worse enemy, Dr. Eggman, who we call Dr. Webera here. Eggman wanted Sonic's power to rule the world, and he used all his technology to try to capture him but failed. Sonic grew stronger thanks to his new best friend and father figure, Lord Donna, who taught him that Longclaw's love was inside him. With that, Sonic awakened his true inner power and banished Eggman to Mario's planet. And so, Sonic and Earth were safe. In the post-credit scene of Sonic 1, we saw Eggman use his scientific skills with a quill he had ripped from Sonic to create a way to return to Earth. But instead this caused a chaos energy explosion that acted as a signal for a new enemy to arrive. Knuckles from the Echidna tribe had tracked Sonic's power used by Eggman, and now by teaming up with him, Knuckles went after Sonic to defeat him because Sonic knew where the Master Emerald was, the one Knuckles was chosen to protect. Sonic couldn't handle Knuckles' power, but an ally came to help him, Tails, who had also come from Mobius looking for Sonic to support him. But a fight wasn't needed between them, because the real villain was Eggman. After Knuckles and Eggman found the Master Emerald, Eggman betrayed Knuckles, taking the Emerald's power and transforming into a giant Megazord. To stop him, Sonic, Knuckles, and Tails had to join forces, creating Team Sonic, and not only that, Sonic fulfilled the prophecy of the Super Hedgehog. And by taking the Emerald's power, he transformed into Super Sonic, the Super Saiyan of Hedgehogs, gaining a power with which he totally humiliated Dr. Webera. For Sonic 3, the movie, we face an enemy from the past, Shadow the Hedgehog. He had been suspended in a containment chamber, already asleep for 50 years, while the government kept him in quarantine and subjected him to continuous experiments. But he was freed by their leader, Gerald Robotnik, who turned out to be Dr. Webera's grandfather. Gerald came to find Shadow so that together with him and Dr. Webera they could take revenge on humanity by wiping it out completely, since the government had taken the life of his granddaughter Maria, the one Gerald and Shadow loved most. But they were confronted by Team Sonic, who at first were beaten badly by Shadow. Later, Sonic, filled with rage after Shadow nearly killed Lord Donna, took the Master Emerald and fought a legendary battle against Shadow. Both transformed into their super states and clashed in a fight more intense than a Rambo movie. The battle ended with Shadow regretful, and as an act of redemption he joined Sonic and Dr. Webera to stop the space colony Ark from destroying Earth. Shadow and Gerald Robotnik committed the greatest heroic act, giving their lives to save humanity. At the end of Sonic 3, we saw two post-credit scenes. In the first, Shadow was shown picking up his power inhibitor rings on the surface of an unknown planet, proving he survived the explosion. In the second, Sonic was attacked by the new villain of Sonic 4, Metal Sonic. Arriving with about 15 copies of himself, Metal had Sonic cornered and was about to finish him off. That's when Amy Rose entered the scene and saved him, destroying all the Metal Sonic copies there, though the original wasn't among them. That's what Sonic 4, the movie, is about. Just like Shadow survived the Ark explosion, Dr. Webera also survived, but in his case he was transported into the future through time travel thanks to Metal Sonic, who was created in the year 2214 by Eggman Nega, a descendant of Dr. Webera. From there, Metal traveled back to save Robotnik and capture Sonic to steal his power. That's why Amy Rose came to Earth too, as a Time Guardian from the year 2214, sent to stop Robotnik's plans by destroying Metal Sonic and preventing changes in the timeline. Together with Team Sonic and Shadow, now an ally, they defeated all the Metal Sonics, leaving Earth finally free. While the original Metal Sonic was stranded in the year 2214 inches, the era of Eggman Nega.
Hey you! Don't forget subscribe!
Please subscribe to our channel!
Subscribe now!
In the post-credit scene of Sonic 4, which sets up Sonic 5 the movie, we see a new space-time ring portal open and two new characters arrive on Earth. One is Blaze the Cat, and the other is Silver the Hedgehog, the main warrior and Time Guardian from the year 2225. He traveled through time to stop the destruction of his timeline. 200 years in the future, in 2225, Earth was being destroyed by a catastrophically huge being called Iblis, who represents half of the entity known as Solaris, the god of the sun and of time. Earth was chaos, 98% of humanity had been wiped out, and only a few warriors like Silver were still alive. Silver was the second most powerful, sent on a time travel mission by the first among his race, Mephiles the Dark. Mephiles told him that the trigger for Iblis's birth was the coexistence of Sonic and Amy Rose in the same timeline. So Silver arrived on Earth intending to eliminate them, and he almost succeeded if not for Team Sonic, who gave him undeniable proof that they had nothing to do with Iblis's origin. Instead, Iblis had been awakened years earlier by another black hedgehog, who was also a time traveler Mephiles himself. He was the true cause of all this chaos. So now Silver, with the support of Team Sonic, seeks to uncover the root of it all to defend the timeline of the year 2225. In Sonic 6, we see Silver and Blaze together with Sonic, Knuckles, Tails, Shadow, and Amy Rose travel to the year 2225 to face Mephiles and stop Iblis. There, it is revealed that the true trigger for the birth of this fire creature wasn't Sonic or Amy at all, but Mephiles himself, who had previously traveled back to the year 2015. In the kingdom of Soleana, he captured Princess Elise, inside of whom Iblis was sealed, weakening the seal so that Iblis would be released 200 years later. That's why in Sonic 5 he wanted Silver to eliminate Sonic, since Sonic is the one who in every timeline has ruined his plans. Mephiles showed his true form by fusing with Iblis he transformed, causing the birth of Solaris, gaining a catastrophic power that nearly destroyed all of space-time. But Team Sonic, now joined by Silver and Blaze, managed to contain this massive threat. Transforming into Super Sonic, Super Shadow, and Super Silver, they defeated Mephiles, sealed Iblis, and restored their timeline. 5 years after the events of Sonic 6 comes Sonic 7. By this time, Sonic and Amy Rose were in a relationship and only months away from getting married to start a family. At the same time, they worked directly for the government along with the rest of Team Sonic, and besides fighting evil as a hobby, this was their actual job to support themselves. Everything was going great, America was safe thanks to Team Sonic, but things were about to change for the worse. From the future, Eggman Nega arrived on Earth. He was the creator of Metal Sonic seen in Sonic 4, and now he returned to the present seeking revenge on Sonic and to steal his power. But this time Eggman had a deadlier plan. He had brought from the future an artificial Master Emerald, created using the original as a base, but infused with dark energy. At first it didn't affect Sonic, but when he suffered a negative emotional shock, that dark power would take over him. So after Sonic used the power of this new emerald to fight Dr. Webera Nega, Eggman Nega nearly killed Amy Rose by firing a dark chaos blast at her. The near loss of Amy caused Sonic such pain and rage that it didn't turn him into Super Sonic, it transformed him into Dark Sonic, a dark version of himself that couldn't tell good from evil and wanted to destroy everything in his path. In the end, thanks to Amy surviving and speaking to Sonic, he heard her voice and managed to break free from the emerald. But Eggman's plan was already complete, because the emerald had absorbed Sonic's inner power. Taking it, Eggman returned to the future in the post-credits scene of Sonic 7, leaving Earth without threats for the moment. The real problem came in Sonic 8. With the power of Dark Sonic collected inside the fake Master Emerald, Dr. Eggman Nega in his future timeline had created Shin Sonic, a clone of Sonic consumed by evil. His dark chaos energy was so massive that his arms, legs, and torso stretched, and Shin Sonic now stood about 45 meters tall. Having achieved his most powerful creation, Eggman returned from the future once again to destroy Sonic and rule Earth, but what he didn't know was that Team Sonic had already seen this coming. With Amy Rose as a time guardian, she had shown the team the abomination Eggman was building. So when they arrived on Earth, Team Sonic pulled out their ace, a giant artificial Master Emerald created without dark influence. Fusing it with Tails, who volunteered for the test, he transformed into Shin Tails. With his great power plus the strength of the rest of Team Sonic, they managed to defeat Shin Sonic. In Sonic 9, we see the resurrection of Dr. Robotnik Webera. He managed to get a time ring and return to Earth in the present era, but he didn't come alone. Before that, he traveled back to the day when Sonic was influenced by the Dark Emerald before becoming Dark Sonic, and by brainwashing him, he turned Sonic into his ally. Now on Earth, we would see Sonic vs. Sonic. But our Sonic had a new power, because after experiencing the influence of two different Master Emeralds, the leftover energy remained inside him. Now Sonic was able to access a new state that wasn't Golden Super Sonic or Black Dark Sonic. He transformed into Master Sonic, a pseudo-Super Sonic whose power was in between both. With this form, he completely eclipsed the strength of the Dark Sonic and saved Earth once again. But Sonic's biggest threat came in Sonic 10. In this movie, the three Robotniks we had seen as villains from different timelines joined forces. Even though they didn't share the exact same ideals, they united Dr. Robotnik Webera as the leader, Gerald Robotnik, and Eggman Nega from the year 2225. They arrived on Earth with their allies from those timelines, Dark Sonic, Metal Sonic, and Shin Sonic, bringing everything needed to finally wipe out the heroes. Team Sonic was in serious trouble, and because of the combined power of all these villains, there was no way to defeat them. Everyone had already fallen in battle. But like in every action movie, when the hero is about to die, he evolves and gains a new power-up. Knuckles carried the Master Emerald, and since Sonic already had the power of Master Sonic inside him, the Emerald didn't turn him into Golden Super Sonic like before. Instead, it transformed him into something greater. Hyper Sonic was born. Hyper Sonic showed a power so immense that with just a finger he could cause earthquakes, tsunamis, and all kinds of natural disasters. In only seconds he defeated them all, saving Earth once again.